again. 17 more battle report. Cygnar versus Retribution.
Hello again.
Hi.
Yeah, there we are.
We're back with another bat report. As usual, Cygnar versus Retribution.
Yeah.
So you've got your Helynna list.
Yeah, the regular one that you should know by now.
Don't think anything's changed.
No, one important thing has changed. I've got the Iris model now.
Ah, right. So it's actually what were you using before, the Mage Hunter assassin?
Yeah, I believe so. No, the command attachment for the Mage Hunter Strike Force.
And also super important, Helynna is painted. And
oh yeah,
pretty
right.
good there in the middle. So we're not very impressed with that. So there's every time we post a bat report, there's more painted stuff on the field every time.
A little bit at least, yeah.
So
that's my
Helynna
list with with Helynna and the 5 jacks and the halberdiers in full force, and to the right and to the left are the heavy rifle team. Yeah, that's basically it. Three Arcanists are running around.
And I've got Stryker 2 today for a change. So I've been playing a lot of Maddox recently, and I kind of felt like Maddox I should probably really try and get good with Haley 2. So I probably should have been playing Haley 2 today, but I just felt like playing Stryker. I think I played him once in Mark 3 so far.
Maybe.
And I think you assassinated him. I think it was against you as well.
Yeah.
But he seems pretty fun. I like Stryker in general. I like Stryker 3 as well. But Stryker 3 seems to have some problems. And Stryker 2 he's kind of like a less supporty, more aggressive Maddox. So maybe that playstyle is something I'm aiming for.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. But so Stryker 2. And then he's got Rowdy with him, of course. I also put Thorn in the battle group, and regular Ironclad. And we've got Journeyman Warcaster with a Firefly, as usual, because we've got the Storm Lancers, 2 minimum units of Storm Lancers with Lattimore. So the Firefly is the obvious choice. This time, the Journeyman Warcaster's there for Arcane Shield on Stryker.
Right, yeah.
Because he's quite 16-16 for defense and armor. Normally, he's quite survivable. And with Arcane Shield on, it makes him pretty hard to assassinate, especially if he's camping focus. And then up front here you can see a minimum unit of trenchers and the CA. So I didn't have the points for Finn for those guys this time because I had all the 3 jacks in the battle group.
Right, I know someone was missing, yeah.
So the scenario, I can't remember what the name of it is.
This is the second one.
The second scenario, the one with the 2 flags opposite each other in the middle. 2 objectives opposite each other in the middle, and loads of flags all over the place. Yeah. And we tried 4. We got like 7.5 bits of terrain on there as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah,
actually
counted the well as a half.
Yeah, so Iris is sitting behind a forest, you can see there, and the rest of it's pretty obvious what it is. The 2D terrain is hills. Yeah, so I've been reading a blog called Druid's Dice, which is actually a circle blog, but recently they've been going through each of the Steamroller scenarios and explaining how to approach them. And apparently this scenario, because you have to be on the opposite side of the board in order to score, it makes it very difficult to win on scenario. So it probably should have been an attrition game, but they said if you've played against someone who hasn't necessarily read that blog before,
like me,
you can skew to one of the flags, one of your opponent's flags, and try and surprise them enough to skew the battle lines enough that you can control that flag on their side, and then take out the objective in the middle, and then you can hopefully get enough points to score. Right. So that was my plan. So I put the Storm Lancers and Lattimore all over that side. Then the Fireflies there to support them, and then Stryker's there, hopefully within running distance of the flag if he needs to be. And then the 2 heavies and Thorn are really there purely just to slow down your army and stop you from getting to me while I'm executing my plan.
Yeah.
And then you put Irish.
That's what she's called.
She's all the elves are Irish, and the Irish Iris went in the forest.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans specifically?
No, I just put the opposite.
Pathfinder.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons, and I also put the opposite to your jacks.
Because she got nasty disruption on her gun.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is disruption on guns is unfair.
Yeah. That's why I've got in the list. Yeah.
and then after that I put the trenches up, and again they're there to pretty much to go opposite the halberdiers. So I'd be looking to rebuke the halberdiers. So Striker 2's got rebuke, which is a pretty crazy spell.
Yeah, it is.
So the idea is because your halberdiers are up the front, that if I slow them down, then everything else piles up behind them.
Yeah.
So your turn 1.
Yeah, I
like that.
just moved up and shot with my manticores. That's basically it. I tried to somehow go to your left flank, but since there was a forest in the way, I didn't manage to do that.
Oh yeah, that's why I chose the side of the board that I did, is because it's clearly the more open side of the board, and gives me better access to that flank, the left flank that I deployed on. Sorry to go back back to the original deployment, but
no problem.
So you've got 2 obstructions on on the right side of the board, on your side of the board. So that kind of stops me from getting to those too easily. Yeah. But it also stops you from getting to my right flag too easily.
Yeah.
And then I've got hills on my side and you've got a forest on your side. Yeah. So the forest is really blocking you from getting to the centre left of the board.
Yeah, that's right.
So
and I only
that's why I chose the side that I'm on.
Yeah. And I only got Iris and the Griffin to with Pathfinder, so
If I can be bothered in the edit, then I'll swap that round. Yeah. So your turn 1.
Yeah, like I said, I moved up with everybody, and Iris went to the left. Right now, I'm not quite sure why she did that. Maybe because
you were worried about my deployment,
horses.
I guess.
Yeah, exactly right. And so she just went there to see if she could do something. I also put my Chimera to the left, the Arc Node one, so that I could cast spells from there if necessary. Yeah, that's basically it. The heavy rifle team to the right is a bit was a bit off now, so
their speed really sucks. That's part. I tried out the trencher weapons, and it's the speed. They're just slightly too slow. To really help out, because they need to get those shots off early in the game before everyone gets in the lead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so anyway,
but we'll see how that turns out. Yeah, I cast Deceleration again and Rhythm of War to move my Warjacks. I think I remember that spell once this game.
Rhythm of War,
right in the first turn. And but Deceleration helped.
I'm starting to see why Helynna's considered so good, because she has some spells that really help Retribution stuff. So helping them out with it, because they've got relatively weak armour, but getting their armour up for shooting, really great. Yeah, it really is. And Rhythm of War just makes them even faster. Yeah. So you've got something that plays to their strengths and something that compensates for some of their weaknesses. So. Exactly, yeah. I think I nearly always move the Griffin even more up than he normally is. So. Yeah, so I was hoping that the Griffin would get within range of my Firefly to shoot him, and hopefully get some lightning generating, and maybe even take out an Arcanist. Yeah. So on my turn, but it didn't work out, unfortunately. So on my turn, I moved a lot, and I'm really, really far over to the left here. So as you can see, starting on the left, you can see all of the Lancers are all, I think they ran almost their full distance. Yeah. They're just skirting around the outside of the 2 Lightjack's charge ranges. So they're really threatening that flag for the next turn when I can score. Yeah. Iris has got 6 cavalry to deal with, pretty much, more or less on her own. Then Firefly just ran up behind the wall, getting ready to support the Storm Lancers when they charge in. And Lattimore, did she move up and try and shoot your Griffin? Yeah, I believe she did. I don't know if she did much damage, though. Then the Trenchers did a combined ranged attack at the Griffin as well. Right. But again, didn't do an awful lot of damage from what I remember. And the one sniper took out one of the halberdiers. Yeah. From the Trenchers. That sniper's really good. Yeah. And if we had a Trencher sniper unit, then I think I would take that all the time. Because I'm not really having any games where that sniper can't kill someone on turn 1. That's really, and especially if your opponent does advanced deployment. Yeah. So, but taking second turn, it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And so I could have tried to shoot the nearest halberdier on the corner near the forest, but I wanted him as a target for rebuke. So we worked out that if Thorn ran forward, then that front halberdier would just be in range for rebuke.
Because I chose the Arcane Wonder as the objective. The
Yes, yeah,
basis,
exactly. Yeah,
the basis,
otherwise, so I had
objective.
to reduce range down to 8 inches.
Mm-hmm.
So that just about worked out. And then, so Thorn ran up to the edge of the hill, and then Stryker cast Rebuke onto the halberdiers through Thorn, and then he repositioned back to where you can see him now. So Rowdy and Stryker are on the hill. Journeyman Warcaster's on the hill, and the Ironclad is just up behind Thorn. So now Rebuke's up on the halberdiers, then I've now got a safe, sort of a turn of safety before they can do anything. And you've got 3 heavy jacks all piled up behind those halberdiers.
Yeah.
So it's really stalled the right-hand flank,
Yeah, really
and hopefully
did,
bought me that turn that I need to try and get my lancers up to the flag. So then your turn.
See, what did I do? Yeah, the Griffin first charged your Firefly, of course.
Yes.
But after, as I can see now, after Iris shot him.
Yes, that's right.
Because he's disrupted now.
She's so annoying. Was it 12-inch range she's got in that gun? So
Yeah,
she's got advanced deployment, 7 inches of movement,
Right.
and a 12-inch disruption gun.
Yeah.
So
right.
she costs 6 points.
Yeah.
Is it? So
That really
if
is
you don't have
ridiculous, yeah.
if you don't have anything special to counter her, then she takes out a jack for a game.
Yeah.
Not fair.
I think. Yeah, compared with what you've got there, all your guys, I think that's okay.
Okay.
That's okay. Let's see, what else did I do?
Yeah, so the Griffin charged the Firefly.
Yeah, exactly, and
He did a lot of damage. He took out both of his arms.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was very good. And the rest didn't do much, I think. Or did I kill one horse? Let me see. 1,
Yes.
2, 3.
Yeah.
How did I do that?
Using a spell. Wasn't it using a spell?
It was probably the
rifle team.
The rifle team, yeah, the black thing in the back. Yeah, it's supposed to be a rifle team.
Yeah.
Right. And then I advanced further.
So you got your halberdiers came up over the hill.
Yeah, they just moved 9 inches because they could not receive any orders due to the spell.
But they got
so
repositioned.
Exactly, so they've repositioned so they can still move 9 inches.
That's crazy. So good.
It is, but not good enough, sadly. And at that point, I forgot 2 things. One was that my Phoenix is standing too far up, and he wanted to reposition himself 3 inches. He didn't do that, turns his back. And also, I should have feeded at that turn.
Yeah,
Which I thought about, but forgot in the end.
So, generally speaking, for Helynna, in all of the games that we play, you want to feat turn 2.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether you got the first or... Because her feat repairs and then reinforces.
Exactly, yeah.
And it allows you to... actually, you got some benefit from the feat on the turn you did feat because of the disabled systems.
Exactly, I repaired a bit, but
yeah. So, so at this point I'm pretty happy. So you've put down a template in front of my trenches.
Of course, yeah.
Which is a bit annoying because it stops my trenches from charging your halberdiers.
Yeah, right.
That's not the first time you've done that to me.
No, that's always a good thing.
Yeah. But yeah, so I feel pretty good because my lancers are within charge range of the flag. I've got to deal with that Griffin because he's annoying Lattimore and the Firefly. And I've got a load of halberdiers waiting to be slaughtered by my dudes. So what I did was, so starting on the left, you can see the lancers, storm lancers, destroyed the, what was it, Manticore? Chimera, who was standing there. Although it did take, it only took 2 guys to do that actually. But the rest of them did assaults. That's right. So one of them tried to assault Iris.
Yeah.
And the other 2 tried to kill the heavy rifle team. Took out the heavy rifle team, the shooter, but the support guy replaced him.
Yeah.
Completely failed to hit Iris. Then, as you can see...
Because she's got a defense of an 18 in the forest, just so you know.
Ridiculous. What I thought was probably tactically the best thing I did this game was Thorn charged the Phoenix and was also able to disrupt the Manticore next to it. So on the right, So you've got a disrupted Phoenix, disrupted Manticore,
Yeah.
and Thorn is blocking the way as well.
Mm-hmm.
The way I did, so I activated Stryker. He went up and hacked away at the Griffin next to the wall on the bottom left there. But he cast a spell, a lightning spell through Thorn, which then allowed him to move up 3 inches because his reaction drive, and then he was able to charge back there. Mm-hmm. Not before the trenches helped clear the way by killing some halberdiers by just walking around the template and just walking up to them and hitting them. A few other trenches went up to the Griffin again, tried to take him out. He was pretty resistant.
Yeah, he
pretty
was.
resilient. He lasted a long time.
I was surprised as well by that.
And because he's got reach, he was engaging Lattimore, and therefore I couldn't move her away. So she was quite needed up by where the Storm Lancers were, and she was close enough to affect a couple of them for their shots. Mm-hmm. But it would have been nicer to have Lattimore up with the Lancers there. So it was a very well placed Griffin. you always get good points value out of that Griffin.
Yeah, I really do. I need a second one.
So at this point, a lot of the halberdiers are dead. Thorn is a real thorn in your side, blocking those 2 heavies from doing anything. And the Ironclad, I think he just killed a halberdier, splattered him with his hammer.
Mm-hmm, maybe, yeah.
And Rowdy just ran up because I feated with Stryker 2, and so Rowdy was there to walk up to the other Manticore and hit him once with his hammer. Feating with Stryker at the point when I did feat him, he was able to catch all of my guys in his feet range, and so that really helped things move along. So as you can see, the Storm Lancers were able to move up and failed to kill Iris, but they've really surrounded that flag and they're really threatening Helynna now. Then Trenches killed a few more halberdiers. The Ironclad killed a halberdier, I think. Mm-hmm. Thorn, repositioned and disrupted the right-hand Manticore. Yeah,
and he engaged my second rifle team.
Yeah, because he's got reach, so he's actually reaching between those 2 heavies and the rifle team at the back. We kept on chipping away at that Griffin, but still couldn't manage it. Although Lattimore was able to move round to the left a little bit to avoid 3 strikes, and but I don't think she even hit him.
I just realised now that I could have freed my rifle team by just moving my my heavies into base-to-base contact.
Yeah,
and then you wouldn't have any connection.
Oh well.
Nah.
Live and learn.
Yeah.
It was feet turn, very destructive, and I felt like I was in a pretty good position. So I'm rambling. So on your turn, so this turn you feated.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sitting in the back, folding my hands, as you can see. But more importantly, I feated and managed to get all my warjacks to get their force fields back.
Yeah. All their systems operational.
Yeah. Sadly, not the Griffin, because I had to move Helynna back.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know why. Oh, right, because I stupidly wanted to cast Obliteration on the horses, because I tried to kill them, but Obliteration is never worth it. It's too expensive with 4 points, and even though it's got a 5-inch AOE with power 7, 17 even? 15? Something like that, maybe 15. But it never works out. So nothing happened there. And Iris sadly didn't do anything as well. She charged the Stormlands that she's in contact with.
Still managed to get 3 inches of movement out of it. So
but sadly that didn't work out in the end. And I think by that time I realized that the game was probably lost, even though I still got 3 heavies on the field, but looked pretty grim. My Manticore in the middle charged Rowdy and didn't manage to do anything.
Yeah, Rowdy countercharged
and
got a retaliatory strike as well. Rowdy's great. I love Rowdy.
But also, he didn't do too much damage. I think 5, if at all.
Yeah, I think he rolled pretty badly, actually.
Yeah.
I think
And the other 2 heavies to the right, who didn't get any focus, because they are disrupted, They didn't do too much.
Well, they brought Thorn down to 1 box.
To 1 box even? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. So Thorn,
but he still was there.
he was sacrificed for exactly that.
Mm-hmm.
So just the fact that he lasted that extra turn, I was completely satisfied with how Thorn worked out that game.
2 halberdiers on the right charged your objective and tried to destroy it.
Oh yeah,
but only managed to get burned themselves. I think I did 5 damage or so.
Yeah, they got set on fire because it was the fuel cache.
Yeah, right.
Which I forgot to use the smoke for the entire game.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Even though you put your AoE down there to remind you.
So, so that was your feet turn, and I think it prolonged things for an extra turn.
Yeah.
So it made it very difficult for me to do much on my turn, but I was able to get into position to score some points. So looking at that, so you can see the Lancers top left, still one in base contact with the flag, but they've really moved around, and in fact one of them is even engaging Helynna up the top there. Rowdy and the trenches have surrounded that middle manticore. Without the feet, I would have taken him to pieces, but that feat is really, really good on heavies.
Yeah.
And also on the Griffin with his shield.
Right, yeah.
Because it just puts him up to armor 21.
Yeah.
And that's especially against lots of low-powered attacks. That's really great because it stops you just getting those 1 or 2 points of damage.
Yeah, exactly.
The Firefly with his arms and legs, with both of his arms out, he tried to kill the Griffin on his own, couldn't do it, so Stryker had to do that, which meant he then couldn't run and score 2 points on the flag, so I had to make do with just 1 point on that flag. And Thorn just sort of stood there in the way of the 2 heavies. His disruption spear was crippled at that point, so he couldn't do anything. And the Ironclad, who was pretty free to charge your objective and take it down. And it's not a faction, it's a friendly model, but it's not a faction model, so it didn't get the armor bonus.
Yeah.
There appears to be one of the Storm Lancers missing, but he's actually charged that middle manticore in the back.
Yeah.
Still didn't manage to kill him. So at this point it looks pretty good. I've got control of that flag, so I can keep scoring points, and there's not much at this point that you can do to stop that.
Yeah.
And I can certainly get Stryker there on the next turn if I want to. So I'm sitting on 2 points, and I can probably score 2 points. I certainly score a point on your turn.
Yeah.
And then probably score those final 2 points on my turn.
Yeah.
There's the 2 points on my dice. And so there was a chance for an assassination.
Oh, right, exactly, yeah. I had a slight chance, and my halberdier. Where is he on that picture?
He is.
I don't know. Or maybe that's after the game and I already put him away.
No, I think so.
Okay, so I think he's standing in the back.
Yes.
That guy did not really stand in the back, but he charged the Lancer, Thorn, in the back and destroyed him. So that both of my heavies had a chance of shooting at Stryker, and due to very terrible rolls, I decided that it would not have been worth it to play on anymore. Yeah,
so you had plenty of focus on both of them.
Yeah.
But despite that, it was you were needing 10s to hit or 11s to hit, I think, for shooting. So the Manticore missed both of his shots.
Yeah. Exactly, and then I thought...
And then the chances of actually getting anywhere were pretty slim after that. So that was it. So it looked like if I wasn't going to win on scenario, then I would be winning on assassination. So I've got all of those cavalry all just lined up to take down Helynna and the Jack that's covering.
I might have been able to prolong the inevitable for another turn, but I just didn't feel like it. I mean, I could have, for example... just gotten one of your Lancers off of the objective by hitting it with Helynna's
push gun.
Yeah, push gun, exactly. And but I thought,
she's still engaged by one of the Lancers. So despite being blocked by so that was it. So I was quite pleased that having stolen someone else's plan, it worked out.
Yeah.
And he's great fun.
Yeah.
And
as
he's
well.
a little bit more aggressive than Maddox.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's less controlly than Haley too, certainly. So he's quite nice, and I think maybe I will have a few games with him before I see if I can play Haley too.
Yeah.
But if I have a lot of success with Stryker, then maybe it will just be Maddox and Stryker I'll concentrate on, because their armies are very similar,
Right.
and having similar units for both lists means that I get practice with those units even though they're not on the list that I'm playing. So yeah. So here's a lovely picture of Helynna running away from Stryker. So it was a good game. It was good fun, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, we will.